Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
I know this is gonna offend a lot of people, but honestly, I don't care. If this video had the ability to save the life of one kid, then I've done my job.
Trying to make it in the US.
Do you drink?
Nah, I've never drank in my life.
No, smoke weed.
Never smoked ever. Not even cigarette. That's nothing.
No cigarette, no weed, no drugs.
Nah.
I
I don't have time for that.
I mean, listen, if he doesn't drink or smoke cigarettes, you think he's doing out here just doing
Maybe,
it?
well, maybe he'd say I'm a
I
raging
drink water.
There you go, lots of water.
Not even Coke.
Yo, do you? Wow. Was there a reason why you never drank or smoked? Did something maybe you just thought it was whack?
Yeah, I think it's whack. Like I've seen like so many like people in my family like beating up their wife and shit like this. She's whack. Like I don't want to see that. I have some friends like who died like driving like drunk and shit. I got like for the drugs like I had like one uncle like a crackhead. So when I was young I was like, yo, I'm not trying to do that.
Doing that.
She's whack.
Unlike most of my peers, I largely abstain from alcohol. I will have a rare drink from time to time, but that's it. I have never missed a session at the gym, a meeting, or an early morning flight because I had too much to drink the night before. Another advantage I have over my competition, especially within hip-hop, is that I also don't mess with drugs.
So I got a chance to watch a lot of my mother's sisters and brothers at different periods, like experiment with the usage of drugs or alcohol, you know. And
did you ever touch alcohol?
I see them respond so differently from it that I stayed away from it. Like I had.
So you've never taken drugs. You've never done alcohol.
I've drunk before, but not like.
Not much.
Yeah,
and you don't anymore.
I've had an experience that what made me like a paranoid because of it, and I stayed away from it following that.
Smoke?
No.
I mean, you're one of the squeakiest, cleanest men I've ever met.
Most people don't believe that because of my personality. I've never drank, smoked, been high, tasted alcohol in my life.
Yeah, that is so respectable.
Yeah, and I stopped using profanity my sophomore year in college.
A lot of the reason I am who I am today is because of my fathers. A lot of people take the negativity and turn it into positivity or vice versa, or they follow in the footsteps. I had a father, one was an alcoholic. Good drunk, though. He wasn't abusive. He wasn't ignorant, a tyrant. He would drink, get into bed, go to sleep. So I say he was a good drunk. I had my other biological father was a drug addict. He used drugs heavily. Until the end, he used drugs. So I could comfortably sit here and say I've never dabbled in either or.
Really?
Because of what I saw. The effect that it had on them.
You never drank at all?
I've never tasted alcohol in my life. I've never been high a day of my life.
Convict. Don't smoke, don't drink, that's why I don't be by the bar, baby. Just looking at you from a distance, looking like a goddamn star, baby.
As a kid who abstained from alcohol and tobacco his entire life, having a role model to look up to was one of the most powerful pros you could have received from a con. Thank you, AKON.
A lot of people don't know that, you know, drugs, alcohol, that's not your vibe.
Nah.
And why? And I like the crazy thing, like I've never seen this man sick. Never seen him take, like, even when I say drugs, I've never seen him take like a cough drop. like what are you? Is it really some special melanin? Is he like you on some real AKON stuff? Is like some magic African like. I've never seen you sick. I've never seen you take a day off. Never seen you touch alcohol, liquor. What is that, man?
I mean, not smoking, not drinking, and not taking drugs actually
keeps you healthy.
Keeps you healthy.
Makes sense. Your strong immune system.
Right.
A couple quick rapid fire questions. Do you smoke?
No.
Do you drink?
No.
How much sleep do you get?
I try to do between 7 and 9 hours a night. I love 11. If I could ever get it, rarely, but I love it. And usually I'm between 6 and 8.
That's a real gift. And
Yeah.
when you say you don't drink at all? You just drink.
No, I'm not a drinker. I just never started. It was another one of those things my mom just never, was
this
like,
is what
don't drink, don't do drugs, you're gonna die. I'm like, okay, it's just like in my head.
Yeah, but you put those chits in your bank of health and it shows up after a while.
It's true.
Cool J is hard as hell.
I was just going into how you stay with the good, no homo, but the good looks like you're 25, 26 years old.
I don't get high. I don't do no drugs.
You don't abuse the body or nothing.
No abusing the body. No smoking of the weed. You know what I'm saying? None of that. None of those things that a person would think. Most people associate with hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. You know what I mean?
And I know one thing that we spoke about it before camera, that you're to most of the world, you're super clean. Like you don't do drugs. You never done drugs.
No.
You never had alcohol. Well, you never had alcohol. You don't drink alcohol.
No, I've tasted alcohol, but
Yeah.
no, I've never. I'm not a drinker.
Yeah.
No.
Do you think that is due probably to your father that used to drink a lot?
It's probably due to him, but it's also due to, at a young age, I realized that I had a very weak mind.
Yeah.
A very weak mind, and I want nothing to interfere with my own thought process.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, before they go on stage, they get a little bit tipsy, get a little buzz.
Yeah.
Maybe smoke a little something, do a little something.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that every single thing I feel is real.
Got it.
I want no masking.
Yeah.
I want nothing to mask my ability to feel fear, to overcome fear, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that people who drink and do these different things are trying to hide. Some people just do it. For me, I think of it as almost like a masking agent, so then your mind doesn't have to work as hard.
Yeah.
And that means I'm losing.
So you don't drink?
No.
You don't smoke?
Nope.
You don't use profanity?
Nope. Me being a guy that doesn't use profanity, not smoking, not drinking, I didn't think I could make it as one of the #1 trap producers in the rap game.
Just like I was saying in the Q&A, I've never, as far as becoming this addict, I've never had a drink before. I've never been drunk, unsober in my entire life. And I don't have any tattoos either. So I'm like, okay, now I'm an addict and I don't know how to be an addict. Now I got tattoos and I would never get a tattoo. So it could not have been the furthest thing from myself.
I'm satisfied with the way I am, and I also just want to let the younger generation know that, drugs and alcohol it doesn't have to be an option. They don't have to take that route. There's because some people are like, man, how you gonna rap if you ain't high or whatever? And I'm like, how you gonna rap if you ain't high? What type of shit is that? Like, who made that a rule? Some rappers feel that way, where they really feel that way, and I'm like, that's whack. Like, that's whack that you can only channel your lyricism when you're fucked up off something, you're dependent on it, because I feel like true beast mode is when you just got it 24/7.
While you're sitting on vacation, we're in Jamaica, right?
Okay, we're in Jamaica.
This is
I
your
like it.
first alcoholic beverage. Do you have a drink in mind that you're gonna have?
I'm gonna be real boring right now. I don't drink.
But even when you turn 21?
I won't drink.
You won't drink?
I just don't have my life is too stressful as it is. I do not want to rely on anything. So let me just stay focused.
I like that. I love that. You don't need to drink. We promote that for sure.
My son is a big fan. He's 14, and I was surprised but very happy to find out you don't drink and you don't get high and you don't tap Molly. You don't do none of that. Why? Why don't you do that stuff?
Not yet. I don't know. Just some things aren't for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And she would discuss taboo topics with me, like the craziest topics, you guys, like my mom discussed with me, where she would make all y'all blush. Usually it's the other way around. But I think that really helped me to not feel the need to do a bunch of crazy sex stuff and drugs and alcohol and a lot of stuff that kids were doing in my generation, because I can be like, Mama, what's that sex thing? And what's that drug do? And what's that alcohol? And, you know, she was just very forthright, which helped me to not have to try it.
What I love about you is that you don't do nothing outside of the box. You just have fun. You don't need nothing to get you right. You just naturally right. You on a natural high, champ. No, but I'm saying that need to be commended, man, because for you to do it for so long and not to be influenced and not let that be a part of your game, not knocking it, because every time I see you, you allow people to enjoy themselves. You provide drinks and everything. You let people have a good time, but you just don't indulge.
I can't.
It's always been like that?
I can't, man.
You never wanted to try? Come on, champ, let's go outside for a minute.
No. It's just that,
that'd be my bucket list. Motherfuckers got me on their bucket list. Let me scratch this shit off mine.
Everything ain't for everybody.
Right.
Everything is for everybody.
When did you understand that part? Because it took me a long time to understand that.
Well, it started with my mother. You know, with your mother being on drugs.
Right.
My mother was on drugs. She used to drink. And sometimes she lay in the house and don't get dressed. So I always said to myself, if I find a woman, I want my woman to get up, get dressed and look good for me. It's okay for her to, even if she smoke, I don't want her smoking cigarettes. My mother smoked cigarettes.
Right.
So that was if I meet a woman that smokes cigarettes, that's a turn off. That's a turn off.
80% of those individuals suffer from a substance use disorder. In 2014, struggle with an alcohol use disorder. Come on, that's alcohol. You got to go buy that. You got to open that. You got to pour that. That's a lot of steps. It ain't like you just wake up and you just I'm just being real. It ain't like you just wake up and somebody just drop alcohol in your mouth. That's a process. But what happened? You did it when? Talk to me. What happened? How did they become alcoholic? They did it what? All the time. But it started with what? One drink, and one turned to two, two turned to three. If you out here and your homie drinking and you can't handle it, just tell your homie I can't hang out with you drink. We losing control. You can't sit here and talk about blowing up financially, but you're losing control in your doggone personal life. And the difference between those of you who will succeed and those of you who will fail, you're not taking advantage of your opportunities. You partying, you smoking, you drinking. You listen to me very closely. I have guys come to me all the time, E.T., what you trying to say? Something wrong with smoking weed? When you become successful, you don't ask what's wrong with something. You ask what's right with it. I'm gonna say it slower because you might have missed it. E.T., I don't see nothing wrong with that. When you become successful, you don't ask what's wrong with something. You ask what's right with it.
Hazards, even the toxins that we consume from, say, even torching a herb, burning a herb like ganja, we extract a lot of the toxins out of it. And this toxin, as it goes into the bloodstream, through the lungs, it hits the brain automatically, right away. So we need to be careful and be conscious of how we're dealing with it. This is why in the science that I have observed, we definitely keep it live. We keep it raw. Because taking that herb, taking that fresh ganja in a juice form, then you don't activate the toxins. It's no different than boiling your herbal tea. And we know we don't boil herb tea, we just steep it. Because the more heat you apply to herbs, the more toxins you're going to draw out. Yes, the herb is for the healing of the nation, and the herb does have tremendous, powerful medicinal value. But also we can activate the toxic element in the herb as well by going beyond the temperature we apply to that herb in the process of making it available to our system by exposing it to a heat that's higher than the highest recorded solar temperature on the planet ever.
I have this line that goes, I never fitted in to try to be cool. That's why I don't smoke, I don't drink, I just inspire the youth. True. And if we all do our part, accept responsibility, and be better role models for the kids, the next generation will be the shit. In a good way. Hashtag, don't smoke, don't drink, and be proud of that shit. I'm Vernatt Jr. Peace.
Look in the mirror like, what have I done? Wasting my years, sinking the beers, trying to be something I'm not. Smoking the pot, constantly dodging the cops, scratching my head, looking for rocks. Too afraid to admit that I'm scared of shit that I can't control now. I feel lost, I don't have the time on my watch to get caught up in goss. I just wanna make music, smoke weed, alone with the TV off. We need God, yeah. Or whoever you wanna believe in, I don't care what you say. All I'm saying is that if you don't pray, you're gonna have a bad day, but it's all good. Smoke weed like you all should. Hey, trying to put a bit of positive energy into everything I'm doing with myself like I really should. I got a plan to get a little bit of land in Japan with the fam, settle down, have kids, push a baby in the pram till I'm dead. Fuck, then I'm out. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I tell lies, that's all I know. I pray to God, keep me close. Till then I'm gonna live my life until I ghost, yeah.